Yeah, I mean, I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on you guys were outside, poolside when the selection show was going on, and pretty early on, UCF got their name called. What was the reaction amongst all the guys today?
Oh my gosh, man. The boys were so excited. As you can see, we're in the pool. This is just what this team is, man. This team just loves to have fun. We love to play with each other. And man, you got to see it out there. So just we were all excited. I think we did some cannonballs. We did some backflips in the lake. It was amazing.
How does this feel knowing that you guys have faced such adversity through this season with injuries to keep pushing through and then earn this seeding?
Yeah, no, that just shows what this team's about, man. We show a lot of grit. This team is very competitive, and we pick each other up. With all the adversity and all the things that happen, we play for each other, and we go out there, put our best foot forward, and continue just to play.
What was going through your mind as the selection show was developing? Did you have any pre thoughts? And what was your reaction when you saw your UCF pop up?
Yeah, we had a lot of thoughts. We're like, are we going to go to Florida State? Are we going to go to UF? It was just a lot. But once we saw that, we were in Auburn, we were like, let's go. They have a great environment, and it's excited to leave the state of Florida for once.
Are you guys excited to leave the state of Florida? I mean, it seems like projections typically often would put you maybe Florida, Florida State. I've seen connections to FSU, but do you guys like being able to go out of state? Was that the preferred scenario?
Yeah, all the coaches and all the guys on the team, we always go to FSU for regional and at UF, so it was excited to leave the state and go play ball outside.
What makes this a dangerous team in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, no, this team is very dangerous because we get the job done. We play baseball and we do what we have to do, and that's what we've been doing all year. When we go against guys that are t teams that think they're more talented than us, we go and compete and we show them that people think we're the underdogs, but we continue to show and be on top every time.
How has playing on the road for you guys this season helped prepare you for this regional? Because you guys have had some success on the road this season.
Yeah, no, it's definitely helped us a lot. With West Virginia, that was a huge one, and just so many others. But definitely just understand that we just take our game that we worked on and continue just to play our game and play to the standard, the UCF standard in every game. And no matter if we're out there or if we're away or at home, we just get it done.
What do
Yeah,
you
I'm curious. Uh, do you know anything about North Carolina State? That's first opponent flashes on the screen. Do you have any connections there? I didn't go back and look a few years ago. I don't know if you guys played them or not with the schedules, but do you know anything about North Carolina State?
Oh no, not at the moment. I mean, I was in the ACC 2 years ago, so they're always pretty good, but not really. No. So we're gonna do some research tonight and do some scouting and see how it goes.
what did you learn from you guys' experience at the Big 12 tournament that you want to make sure you bring into the NCAA tournament or change for the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, no, definitely just, the tournament didn't go how we wanted. We definitely wanted to win the Big 12, but, things happen for a reason. And what we learned is that, we're just more focused and, we're more prepared. And as soon as first pitch starts, it's our game from there. And then we're going to own that and win that. So definitely that's the mindset we're rolling in is just absolute focus. We're going there to, win it, and have no doubts about it.
What does it say about this team that it's overcome as many injuries as it has over the course of the season and still gets to this point?
Yeah, no, man, we face a lot of injuries, and if it was any other team, and they would definitely not be as successful as us. But man, like I said, we play for each other, and if one person can't do it, the next person that's in line steps up. And man, our freshmen have done a big job in the bullpen, and just continue just to help us out. And the hitters help the pitchers out, and the pitchers help the hitters out, and we do our best.
DeAmez, what is the attitude of this team right now heading into a regional? You guys are fresh and well rested. Are you guys excited to try to make some noise?
Yeah, no, we're excited. We have a saying is, attitude of gratitude. So we're just grateful just to, put on this jersey and play with each other all again. And, we say that we have so much fun at practice. So, we're going to keep playing as long as we can because we just love each other. We're brothers, man, for life. And this coaching staff is amazing. This Lopes, Wally, Girk, DT, man, we just want to keep playing as long as we can and keep having fun. So that's the attitude. And that's why we play so free and, do as good as we do.
You mentioned freshmen earlier. How has it been to see them grow up and mature over the course of the season? Next man up, right? They've had to step up in difficult situations and they've performed.
Yeah, no, man, these freshmen, man, they're amazing. Like I said, like they're just always, when their name's called, they're just ready. And they're not freshmen anymore. School's over, so I keep telling them, you guys aren't freshmen anymore. You guys are sophomores, and you guys are experienced. And they just kept with that mindset. And Lodi's been doing a great job, man. And Chucka, when he comes in, man, he's such a good bat. And Max Murray, and we have so many more freshmen that are awesome. But just keep trying to encourage them and tell them that, hey, just have fun, man. Like you're a freshman, you have 4 years of college, so enjoy while you can.
DeAmez, Coach Wallace said that this team was coach fed but player led. What does it mean to wear that C on the chest this year? I know that you were also a captain last season, but what has this year meant to you as a captain?
Oh yeah, it's just an absolute honor, man. It's a privilege and something that I take very, very strongly. And just what we said, player led, and Coach always talked about that. And he did a great job, making sure that we got to have a voice and understand that it's a team, it's a family, and the coaches can only do so much, but all the captains, such as Willie and Chris and Boom, and we done a great job of just making sure that we bond and we play for each other and that there's no egos, right? And we just play UCF baseball and we play for the logo, play for our school, but also we play for each other.
DeAmez, you've had a role in at the national level this year with, the NCAA baseball, committee governance, all that type of stuff. This one of the big stories in college baseball was the introduction of the ABS system at the SEC tournament. Just what was your thoughts on that? And do you feel like that's something that could be coming to college baseball soon?
Yeah, I know we discussed that in our meetings, and SEC, they're the first ones to do it, and we approved it, and we thought it would be a great idea because if they're already doing it in the big leagues, then might as well get practicing and do it for college. But it's only going to get better, and I think they did a very good job and was successful in the SEC. So, I don't know, maybe we'll see it in the rest of college.
Have you gotten a chance to kind of hear about how it sort of went? I know you guys were doing your own tournament, but did you get a chance to kind of hear about how it went?
No, not at the moment. We haven't had like another meeting, but I just seen stuff on Twitter and watched the game. So I think the guys had a good time with it.